This is the Popular Apocrypha Podcast, episode 23, Peter Pan, for May 7th, 2018. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Popular Apocrypha Podcast, where we take, sometimes beloved, fictional characters and make them better, improving on their weaknesses or adding completely out of the blue aspects to, well, at least make them better in our eyes. And we're here to have a good time.
Yeah. And I'm here to party.
Yeah. If you're new to the podcast, you can check us out on our website, popapoc.com. That's POPAPOC.com. Or check us out on social media at Popapoc Podcast. That's POPAPOC Podcast. You can also find us on iTunes, and while you're there, you can leave us a review. It really helps us out. So, on this episode of Popular Apocrypha Podcast, we have, across from me, Tyler.
Bigger pistols.
Making finger guns.
Yep.
Pulling a Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3.
Oh, Lord. Lordy.
Classic.
Yep.
And to my left, we have Riley.
Hello. I'm drinking water.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drink the water. Save the bees.
Not sponsored by water.
But water,
But
if you'd like to sponsor us. And I'm Logan, and I'm your host. And before we get any further, we'd like to say that this episode is brought to you by Audible. With over 180,000 audiobook titles to choose from, you can listen to nearly anything on nearly any device. You can get a free audiobook and 30-day free trial on us by going to audibletrial.com/popapoc. That's audibletrial.com/POPAPOC.
Hey, POPAPOC spells Popapoc.
Yes, it does, Riley. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does, citizen.
Letters make words.
And words
What?
Sentences.
and sentences make paragraphs.
Yeah. And what do paragraphs make?
Essays that are due today for all you taking finals.
Haha, get punked.
Sorry.
Essays that are due today for all you taking finals. I mean, I've had to take finals that are also essays.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
I've had, like, a test and an assignment due in the same period.
For the same class?
For the same class.
Yeah.
And they usually had, like, some of them made them joint grades.
Okay.
And, like, your essay was a quiz portion, and then, like, the essay counted as, like, a take-home part of your test.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cool. Super great. Anyway.
If you are in school and you... and your school follows traditional school standards, good job for making it through the year.
You done, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you graduated, congratulations.
You really done, boy.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go on to more school, which is great.
Yep. Anyway. So let's start this podcast off with a game. This is an improv game. So we're going to go around, and two of us will be part of a situation. And they'll be given a random situation and have to act it out. Okay?
Verbally act
that
it
sounds
out.
Yes.
Talk it
you
out.
can't action it out because this is an audio podcast. Unfortunately.
As opposed... No, never mind. What?
As opposed to a video.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does that seem simple enough?
Sure.
Okay, well let's add something else to it then.
Okay.
So this is episode 23 of the podcast, and we're coming up on a year of doing this podcast. It's getting pretty exciting.
It's getting pretty exciting.
Pretty exciting.
It's getting pretty exciting.
ASMR excitement.
Yeah, I'm literally...
pretty
I've got some
I am
sweaty butt cheeks from all the
jumping.
excitement. Sorry.
I'm jumping
I should get that looked at.
out of my skin. I'm so excited. So we have come up with a lot of better characters in the last year. But how much do you guys remember of them?
What did I eat?
What? So, in addition to the improv situation that I'm going to give people, you guys will draw one of our improved characters out of a hat and play that character the best you can.
Oh,
Okay.
my God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So, I feel like this will also help to be like visualizing the character and how they would act in certain situations.
Yes.
So, have fun with it though. If you don't remember about the character, we can help you. If we don't remember about the character,
I definitely have some characters I'm hoping for.
I did take some characters out just because I felt like they wouldn't be that.
Is Yuri True Love in there?
Your True Love is in here.
Thank
Of
God.
course, here.
Like I took out, I think, the Pevensies because we didn't really do much with their personalities. I think.
Right.
I didn't put the alien in here because it would just be, exactly. I didn't put the Robin Hood in here because like I could be anybody.
Yeah,
So.
be anyone.
It could be anyone. Could be me.
Okay, so
Which did you see the trailer for the new Robin Hood?
oh
movie?
yeah, a new Robin Hood movie is gonna come out.
Yeah. So it looks pretty cool. It has Jamie Foxx and I think the dude from Kingsman. Or
I don't remember.
I don't remember what he's from. He looks super familiar.
The trailer like just came out
And like
when we're recording this.
want to like. And I feel like they're kind of stealing our source material because one like the dude that gave it away in the trailer that Robin Hood is like not like Prince John, but he's like one of the people leading the town. Like he's actually one of the aristocracy, and he's Robin Hood. So, okay.
Okay, so it's gonna start out with both of you.
Okay.
Then it'll work its way around.
I'm stressed out.
Okay, so one of you choose a number between 1 and 30.
I defer to you.
21.
21.
Wait, no. 23.
23.
Yeah.
Okay, so the situation you are in is that you are two Batman villains plotting against the dynamic duo.
Awesome.
So now you get to choose your character.
I hope that I don't get a
boy.
villain-esque character.
Yeah.
I want
so
something
here's
like
Riley's
super good.
character. So who is he?
Oh my God. I'm Elmo.
It'd be funny if it's Cookie Monster. That would be really funny.
And Tyler is.
I'm Bullwinkle J. Emu.
Oh
Okay.
my God. Okay.
Do you remember enough about those characters that you can?
Yeah, Elmo's a wannabe cook.
Yep.
And I'm an emu that my ability, like my special ability because of the Chernobyl explosion was
You could like.
hedgehog could grow.
You could like go invisible.
I think
Was
it was
that it?
invisibility. I want to say it was invisibility. Cool.
See, these are two characters that have very distinct voices in their original.
Yep.
But however you guys want to interpret them as we did them. So, I will
Oh my God.
set you off. You are two Batman villains plotting against Batman and Robin.
Wait, what's your name?
Bullwinkle.
Okay, just Bullwinkle.
Yeah.
Okay. And action.
Welcome, Bullwinkle, to my food lair.
Brother! Are you ready? We gotta get him.
I think we should go about this sneakily. Let's make him a poison blue cheese toasted cheese sandwich.
Brother, I can deliver that to them on a silver platter.
Change. I'm adding in a different aspect. Change you.
Brother, I can deliver to them on my ass.
Perfect. Even more poison. You're irradiated, right?
Change.
What? Thank you.
You said you're irradiated, right?
Oh, right. Gotcha.
You're not straight, right?
Correct, brother.
I've heard Robin's not either.
I'm already accounted for. But thank you for the advice. I have a plan. First, we set the blue cheese on my ass, and then I sneak it in to their lair from our lair, and then we take our lair and put it in their lair, and then we take their lair and put it inside of our lair,
Wow,
so that
it's
we
like-
have lairs.
It's like a 5-layer bean burrito dip.
Change.
Can you make that?
That's like a 5-layer pancake.
Change.
It's like a 5. That's like 5 layers.
Can you make that?
I'll call that scene. I think we need to see them in the next Batman movie.
The reason to clarify why I
you're
chose
Macho
Hulk
Man
Hogan.
Randy. Oh,
I was going for Hulk
Macho
Hogan,
Man?
but it was more Randy Savage. I don't know, somewhere in between. Was because I was imagining, an emu as
Sure.
with that voice. It was funny to me
Just
in my head. It just
Okay.
made sense.
who's next?
So who wants to be like the judge next, basically?
I defer to you.
Okay.
That's
So
gonna be
the next scene
hashtag
will be
defer
me
to
and Tyler. So I'll say you, Tyler, choose a number between 1 and 30 since I've seen the list.
Just old enough.
18?
Yep.
Okay.
I was gonna make a joke there. I was
Wow.
like, don't want that soundbite.
All right,
You
guys,
can
you
just
ready?
cut that out. How about How about 19?
Okay.
How about that?
19.
Let's go with 19.
Oh, but 18 was so good.
Okay, let's go with 18.
One explains to the other that they are pregnant. That they are pregnant.
Can
Pregnant.
I please explain?
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
I be pregnant?
Can I be pregnant, please?
Can I experience the miracle of childbirth?
So, I don't remember enough because there were multiple characters in that episode.
What is it?
I'm Sven from the Elsa Frozen episode.
You are the Danny DeVito who swears a lot. That's basically his character.
Man, I haven't... I'm trying to remember Danny DeVito.
No!
I got Yuri True Love.
Yes.
You punk. You got
Okay.
the one I wanted.
I'm trying to think what Danny DeVito sounds like. I think I can... I don't know.
with my
Yeah.
wife? I dropped my monster condom for my magnum dong.
Oh my god.
That hurts. I really want to hear your Danny DeVito impression.
Okay, so Sven, you're pregnant. What are you gonna tell your lover, your true love?
Oh, we're pregnant?
You're pregnant.
No, you're
I'm
pregnant and you're explaining to me.
Oh, I'm explaining to you that I am pregnant.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I thought that
But
I
it's
was
not-
explaining to him that he was pregnant.
No. You are pregnant.
Gotcha.
It is not his baby.
Oh, okay. Okay. You're adding on
Gotcha.
another layer, but that's okay.
5 layers.
And
And I have to start.
scene.
Yuri! Yuri, I gotta tell ya, I'm pregnant.
I wish people
not
could
bad.
see how much you're like throwing your hands outward and like recoiling them back.
Trying to throw my words.
Wait. You are what?
I'm pregnant.
Is this some joke for a game show? Is this some joke for a commercial infomercial?
Trust me, I didn't win on this one. Trust me, you lost on this one.
Okay.
Did you,
You're not the father.
then why are you telling me?
Because I need the money, man.
Change.
Because I need you to support me.
I'm not sure. All I have is just a house full of ostriches. All I have is a house full of bean burritos.
Perfect.
No, man, I'm saying I need your emotional support.
I mean, all I have is emotion for Yuri and for Christmas type games.
I still don't get why you're so obsessed, but I need you to know that my husband, because I'm divorcing you for him, is gonna be the Jolly Green Giant.
Okay, we're ending there.
That was actually pretty good for Danny DeVito.
Yeah, that was really good.
My voice is so sore right now.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
It looked
You're
painful.
the judge now, so.
Also, I just really felt like I needed to throw and and take back every word that I spoke. I don't know if Danny DeVito speaks with his hands like I did.
Where's
But-
that?
Oh, it's right here. Sorry.
All right.
good.
Okay.
So I
Situation
believe that
first.
you're the only one that hasn't chosen a number now.
Okay,
So choose a number between 1 and 30.
Let's go with 7.
7. Your two characters are a couple planning a vacation.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Who'd you get?
I'm Cookie Monster.
Oh, wow.
Gotten both the ones in that
All right.
episode.
You are an episode.
Okay.
I have an episode.
Oh, I got Elsa.
Are you having an episode?
You got Elsa?
I got Elsa.
Wow.
I can see it.
Okay.
And we're planning a vacation? Is that right?
Yes.
Yep.
Couple planning a vacation.
You are a couple planning a vacation.
Are we ready?
Ready?
Honey, have you heard that Arkansas has world's biggest cookie exhibit?
Change.
Arkansas has world's biggest dong exhibit.
Change.
Arkansas has world's biggest Arkansas exhibit.
Yes.
But I want to go somewhere cold, like Norway, like Denmark, like Iceland. And I want to build a snow castle and be away from myself
But you always do that.
and mourn my dead sister that you could never take the place of.
Why do you want to date your sister? We're a couple.
That's neither here nor there.
Change.
Maybe because I'm progressive.
Change.
I want to date my brother, which is actually you.
What?
Change.
Yeah!
Oh my god.
Anyway, you figure out the vacation. I'm going into the igloo in the backyard.
No, not again. Let's go to Giant Cookie in Arkansas.
It's only if it's an ice cream cookie.
I can live with that.
Change.
Okay.
No.
Change.
Maybe. Don't know how well ice cream holds up in Arkansas.
Well, maybe we'll just go to a giant ice rink. That's what I like about the Americas. They always have ice rinks everywhere.
Change.
That's what I like about the Americas. They always have freedom not everywhere.
And scene.
Wow. That went every which way.
I don't know if the voice was right, but like, okay. So for this last one, I've thrown away the hat.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna choose a situation.
Okay.
Riley, since you were the last to see it. No, you don't see it.
Oh.
You pick a number.
Oh, okay, I see.
So he won't remember.
How many does it go till?
30. 1 through 30.
1.
1. 2 astronauts. Are we all doing this, or is it?
Yeah, so it would be
Okay,
3
so
astronauts.
3 astronauts are about to blast off when something goes horribly wrong.
Oh boy.
Okay, okay, Riley, you are playing as me. I am playing as Tyler, and Tyler is playing as Riley.
I'm playing you?
Okay.
So
Oh,
you're playing
boy.
Riley. You're
Oh
playing me.
boy.
I'm playing Tyler. Okay. Oh boy.
I need a moment to plot as
Yeah.
many
Yeah, I know.
characteristics of you and then really like hype them up.
How do
Okay.
I
I've got
work up characteristics
Couple.
without being like,
Rude?
yeah.
just go for it. I'm playing you, right?
Yeah, I'm playing Logan.
Yep. Okay, so 2 astronauts.
You can be rude. It's fine.
Yeah, you can be rude too.
You can be rude
Who's
too.
going first?
I don't know. Who wants to go first? Our spaceship is just taking off, but something goes wrong.
Yeah, let's say like 3, 2, 1. Cha-chink.
Guys?
So I believe if you look at the lights and see that the red glow of the afterglow is showing that the trouble with the wind shaft is not going to go as planned.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I just want to make sure that you guys are all having a really good time, because I really appreciate, if you could let me know, I appreciate that validation.
Riley, shut up. We love you.
I just need to know, guys, because I love you guys.
Hey, so what if this rocket is fueled by broccoli? Maybe that's the problem. I saw it in an anime once.
I would say, haven't seen it.
Well, it's really good. You should check it out.
Do you guys want to see my new tattoo that I got?
Oh my god!
So I got back from an interview I got today. And an interview I had yesterday too.
I think we should come back to the fact that we have a problem on the rocket. I mean, I've...
So you want to turn your head slightly to the left? Why don't you roll an athletics check? And make sure that you roll a 1, because that's what I want you to do.
Frick, why do I always roll it under, 2?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna call scene there.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Oh, that's tough.
Broccoli?
I don't know, you've said weirder things before.
I mean, true.
I've seen it in the anime once.
Yep, there you go.
I feel like you played me perfectly, Logan. Thank you.
I think everybody did a good job for that.
Yeah, I still seek validation.
And I still over-explain things and talk too much.
We did nothing to solve the actual problem
We
of the
all died.
spaceship.
Yep.
Yep, that's what would happen.
Sounds about right.
Speaking of dying, just kidding.
What?
What?
Speaking of dying, Peter Pan is never going to die because he never grows up.
Segway.
Segway. So, this is episode 23, and we're going to be talking about the boy who never grew up himself.
Tyler Reed.
Yep. We're going to be correcting.
I'll be here all week.
We're going to be correcting Peter Pan. Correcting sounds a little bit, improving Peter Pan.
Yeah. Helping out.
Yeah.
Helping out.
Oh, I thought you said pumping out.
No.
Helping out.
What does that mean?
Nope.
Wait, what?
It doesn't mean anything.
Yep.
So to give you guys a little bit of background on Peter Pan, and the audience a little background on Peter Pan,
Cool.
I will read a little bit of background for Peter Pan.
Are you gonna read background for Peter Pan?
Yes, specifically background for Peter Pan.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Peter Pan had his origins in the novel The Little White Bird by J.M. Barrie, where he was a week-old baby who escaped being human and just spends his days playing with fairies. He became such a popular standout character that Barrie wrote a stage play all about him, titled Peter Pan or the Boy Who Wouldn't Grow Up in 1904. In this version, Peter is older, probably around 10 to 12 years old. The character is based partially on J.M. Barrie's older brother who died at 13, and kind of dealing with the concept that that brother was forever remembered as a child. Even as they grew up, they forever remembered him as being just 13. And so he never grew up in their memories. That's one partial reasoning for the character. Barrie novelized and expanded upon this play and released the book Peter and Wendy in 1911. Since then, Peter Pan has become a modern cultural legend, being a character that symbolizes youthful naivety and longing for adventure. The character has most famously appeared in Walt Disney's animated feature in 1953, and alternate versions have appeared in the 1991 film Hook, played by Robin Williams, in ABC's Once Upon a Time, and the Peter and the Starcatchers book series by Dave Barry and Ridley Pearson. In traditional versions of the character, Peter lives and flies around in Neverland, being the leader of the Lost Boys and adversary of pirate Captain Hook. He typically wears green cloth tights and a green feathered cap. He is friends with a fairy named Tinkerbell, who helps him fly with fairy dust along with his happy thoughts. He is seen as able to do virtually anything: swordplay, mimicry, vision, hearing, and even has some limited control over the island of Neverland.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
It's connected to him. So,
Wow.
It, perks up when he's there, I guess.
Oh, so do I.
That's one way.
I'm sorry.
Well, we already made it, boys.
Tyler, you forgot to do the random sexual innuendos randomly when you were playing Riley.
When I was playing Riley?
Fair.
Yep.
What?
What? I should have said, guys, the rocket's going off, and you would be like, oh, so am I. But something's wrong with it. Same.
Same.
There we go.
Same.
God, dude.
So I kind of want to get into Peter Pan as a character. I remember we had Tinkerbell on the character list on the pit for a while, but Peter Pan was one we added more recently, I feel like, and I kind of want to delve into why we wanted to put him on the list specifically.
I mean, I think everyone had different reasons for putting him on the pit. I think my main reason was he's kind of a long-standing character. You know what I mean? He's been around for a while, as you explained, and also I don't know. He's just kind of if I'm thinking back on the movie, Peter Pan is kind of a tragic foil, right? The movie, at least I'm referencing the Disney movie. It's titled Peter Pan. And it's about him, but really the character development is Wendy, and their development is from Peter Pan. Yeah. And at the end of the movie, it's Peter Pan comes back and he hasn't changed, but everyone else has. And that's the end. It's Peter never changed, but everyone else around him did. It's not exactly the most happy ending.
True. It's very static.
Which isn't necessarily that might not be what we want to change, but as far as development of a character, he really is a static character that's seen as the main character. I don't know. That's just what I was thinking.
Well, it's interesting because, in most versions that I found in doing research for this, he's defined as a character who can't have character development. Specifically because since he represents youthful innocence,
constantness, or
youthful innocence, so he can't really grow up. So any event that would have lasting repercussions on him, he forgets. He has to forget it, and then it's to maintain kind of his happy-go-lucky character.
Right.
So I thought that was kind of interesting how it's this is a character that one of his major tenets is not having character development. To kind of explain that specifically.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if we can do something with that.
Who also, he has no dating boundaries because he like low key dated Wendy, then came back in like Peter Pan 2 and dated her daughter.
Oh yeah, I forgot they made a
I
Peter
don't know
Pan
if
too.
dated is quite the right word for
Listen,
that.
dude,
but
they both snorted some pixie dust and went and like on a vacay to Neverland together. That's dating.
good to know. Now I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
My wife and I have actually never dated then.
Oh, good. I think.
What?
But then there's a ton of different interpretations, like Hook with Robin Williams.
Surprisingly,
So
considering
good.
he's not that old of a character, and yet you have like different versions of him from like different studios making different versions of him.
Yeah.
Which is so weird to me that he's like from 1904 or whatever.
Right.
And yet he's so like accepted as part of like a legendary cultural icon. So
Yeah.
and also the copyright went out in 2008. So there have been a lot of novels
Gotcha.
since then, like
Yeah.
about him.
And then there's Peter and the Starcatchers. I don't know if you've read those, but that's a very different take. It's like
Did I
like
mention that?
meteors
Yeah, I did mention
and
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty weird story.
Wow.
And then there's the super convoluted, as always, Once Upon a Time, the TV show,
Where he plays a villain.
He plays
What?
Rumpelstiltskin's dad.
What?
He's like a crazy bad villain. # spoiler warning in late. Whoops. But yeah, he's like crazy evil, or maybe I don't know. I stopped watching.
He's like a shadow being or
Yeah,
something, right?
something.
Whoa.
But yeah,
Wow. Holy cow. The Hook was one of my favorite movies growing up. And that's an interesting take because he does have development,
yeah.
you know?
Like that's his main thing. Like he moved past Neverland,
Right.
Basically,
Yeah.
right? and
had
has to
learn-
remember it.
Yeah, had to learn to come back,
Yeah.
but not for himself.
Right,
Which
for
is
his
an
family.
interesting thing. But
Yeah.
for his family, he had to learn how to regain some of that.
Right. So, I mean, I guess that kind of answers why we want him on the list. You know, why we thought
And he's pretty static as a character. We want to give him something,
or at least certain interpretations of him,
like make him an actual character instead of kind of a symbol of something.
perhaps.
I guess
Or make him a symbol of something different.
that's true. What else? What other thing could we make him a symbol of? Gluttony,
Just make it the 7 deadly sins. He's one of the 7 deadly sins.
because that hasn't been done ever before.
Ever before.
Where people are representations of the 7 deadly sins.
Right.
No, that's also not an anime. Hey, I actually knew that.
It's actually the multiple anime, but I mean,
Oh, well,
Yeah.
never mind. Forget.
at least 3.
Yep. Also, side note, I hope you guys watch, it's Game Theory, and then what else does he do?
Oh,
Theory.
film theory.
Film Theory.
Yeah.
He just recently did one on where the actual
The
Neverland
physical
is.
location of Neverland
Yeah,
off the coast
yeah.
of.
It's like in
Somewhere in South America.
Yeah, it's like northern South America, the northern part of South America. There's an island there that like fits all the correct categories to count as Neverland.
So side note, shout out to Matt Pat. I was
Yep.
like, whoa, okay, we're gonna record that tomorrow.
Can I just say that, like, the past week, like, things have, that weird thing where, like, a bunch of coincidences happen?
Yeah, I've noticed.
Like, I've, like, a lot of Peter Pan related things have come, like, across me. Like,
and
like,
Robin Hood.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But like, the Peter Pan especially, like, I've caught it on TV, like, multiple times in the past week.
Oh.
Just randomly. Matt Pat released a video on Peter Pan. I won, like, a giveaway on Amazon where the brand name had something to do with Peter Pan.
Oh,
Wow.
And so it's like, this is weird. This
Yeah.
is really weird.
Yeah.
What if we made Peter Pan the symbol of coincidence? Like absurd coincidence. Luck, yeah, something like that.
Of love.
Which is kind of true already. Like the amount of ridiculous like luck that he has against Captain Hook, who's supposed to be a bosun of Captain Blackbeard,
Blackbeard,
an
yeah.
actual pirate.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Pirate. Scurvy beard.
That's not a question I have in here.
Oh, really?
That's not the point.
I don't know. That'd be interesting to change him to a representation of luck.
in the original, like not it's probably not the original. I mean, in the movie, the Disney first movie, Peter Pan. For me watching that, he showed up because he was what the darling kids needed. He came into their lives because they needed someone to help, like
Because they want to be kids forever.
Right.
Right? And he was like, oh yeah, sure, I can do that. And they're like, oh, this sucks.
But
I can help you.
but through that, learned that that's really not necessarily the best.
Right. Yeah.
At least not for everybody.
Hashtag
certainly.
fake news. Being a kid is pretty great.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I miss it.
Back when there were no taxes.
Or they may have existed, but we didn't know that. But yeah, so he showed up to show them that what they wanted wasn't necessarily what they needed. I guess is a more accurate way to.
It's kind of like a Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
But did he do that on purpose though? Because I feel
No.
like he wouldn't.
No.
Not at all. I wouldn't say, based on what we see in the movie and
Yeah.
the other interpretations too.
He's not a
honestly.
smart man,
No.
but he does know what love is.
Wanna know what love is?
I
So
was
maybe
quoting Forrest Gump.
No, I know.
Okay.
I was just
I was like,
rolling with the references. So maybe Peter Pan should be a representation of that in some way, of showing people what they not intentionally, the opposite, completely unintentionally showing people what they need because it's not what they really want. I don't know what that would end up being, but
see, I was kind of thinking like if he now represents like childlike innocence, like we
Right.
said, what if he like represents some sort of more adult thing, like
Loss of innocence.
ooh. Well, I mean like growing up or like responsibility, or
Taxes.
like
Just random chores.
or just like life lessons or discipline or something like that, or something. I don't know. I'm thinking like. Because to get at this character, we have to get at like that thing that he represents.
What you're kind of like, I don't know why, but you're sending me down this like brain train of like Dante's Inferno, where like he
I
leads
get
people.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like he leads people to each level of Neverland, where they must like,
Pass some
learn the
trials.
thing that they're struggling with and like overcome it.
tagging off of that, what if instead of, childhood innocence forever young sort of thing, what if Peter Pan is a
Yodeling kid?
middle-aged man always in midlife crisis, and he's leading people through the layers of Neverland.
Flying Ferraris
Yes.
and like a trophy wife by him.
Yep.
Is that Tinkerbell?
I don't know. Tinkerbell is going to be a future episode.
Oh, that's
We
true.
did
That's
decide
true.
that.
That's true. We're just doing Peter Pan. Yep.
I was going to say something.
Forever midlife crisis man.
Do we want to go down that trail of Dante's Inferno?
Well, let's see. I was reading in the research, and it said that the legend of Peter Pan before the kids, the darlings, meet him. So he was a legend in the story before they met him, and I guess he was what they call a psychopomp.
What?
Which I have not heard of before.
What?
But apparently that is a word for kind of like a boatman of the river Styx kind of person who accompanies people to their death.
This whole
So-
Dante's Inferno midlife crisis thing, let me lay it out for you. So,
yeah.
what I said was somebody who's showing people unintentionally, what they need through what they truly don't, like through what they want. And then Logan was saying maybe somebody older, not necessarily as innocent, somebody who has more responsibility, things like that. And then you were saying Dante's Inferno leading them through that. Midlife crisis, man. I'm just saying. Just saying. It covers all the bases.
What do you think, Logan, of this path we're taking?
I don't
Do
know.
you want to jump down it full bore?
What role would he have as midlife crisis man? Midlife crisis man.
I mean, kind of like, in Dante's Inferno, Dante had
Solving the world crisis,
was
but he
the-
can't even solve his own.
it was the Virgil. Was it the poet Virgil?
I think so.
I think it's been a long time.
I'm pretty sure.
Inferno.
I'm pretty sure that's who it is.
But he had Virgil as like I think he was like a protected messenger from heaven that was sent down to help guide Dante through hell. And so it'd be kind of like Peter Pan is Virgil in that he like takes if we still want to do kids or we want to do teenagers or like I don't know what we want to do age group wise, but like they go to the place in Neverland that has their key desire,
Neverland is different for each kid, apparently.
Right. Neverland would be different for each kid, and it would be their desire, right? And then that way, I mean, yeah, like Never Ending Sweets or whatever. And then you'd have the Lost Boys, who are the ones that stayed because they could never escape.
Ooh.
You know,
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to, or because...
I don't know. We could either do because they didn't want to, or because they didn't learn the lesson, or they stayed, didn't learn the lesson, and then became part of.
Yeah. I mean,
that.
Or maybe...
the Lost Boys. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's kind of like a Hogan's Heroes thing, where they stay there in order to help people that are going through that.
And that would be pretty great.
Oh yeah. I never seen Hogan's Heroes, so like when you said that, I was down this rabbit trail of their Neverland is not helping people, like being selfish, and so then to escape they have to help people.
That's kind of meta, dude.
But I like yours better.
But like,
Or
do you know
there's
the premise
a
of
camp
Hogan's
of
Heroes?
both.
It takes place. It was a sitcom that took place during World War II
Oh really?
at a prisoner of war camp, and it's actually handled pretty well.
Wow.
It's very well done.
And it's about like these at a prisoner of war camp in Germany, and these prisoners help other prisoners from other prisoner of war camps to escape.
Wow.
And they have this complex tunnel system.
Like they run circles around the Nazis, and it's and like they play dumb, and it's like, oh, sorry sir, with all and then they have these tunnels and crazy gadgets and all this other stuff that helps them. It's really cool.
And it was made in like the 60s or the 70s, so it kind of has that charm of it. It's fun.
Trying to take both ideas. We haven't talked about the crew of Captain Hook yet either. I don't know if we want to get too much into that.
Is Captain Hook on the pit?
No, currently.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying maybe we could
discuss his involvement.
Right. I was thinking, but we could say, what if they're both camps? That there are the people who have stayed to stay because they want to and haven't like learned the lesson. The crew of Captain Hook per se, and then there are also the people that are staying to stay but really aren't, and they're there to help people get out. And those are the Lost Boys. And then you have these two not literally warring factions, but like these two factions at cross purposes within what you see.
Right.
So, are we making Neverland like a prison? That's kind of what I'm hearing here.
I mean,
I was thinking it would be like it's a place that you see things that you want. So like it wouldn't look like a prison because you could choose to leave, but for those that don't, they choose to stay continuously.
But what if Neverland is not necessarily like what they would want, but like Neverland itself is specifically taking like each child and saying like, this is what you need to do in order to grow up. So for some people that might be like navigating a dark cave and finding their fears, or some might be, turning down a temptation of candy or being lazy or whatever.
I mean,
I don't know.
The two paths I want to take here are either A, Peter Pan is secretly like, I kind of want Peter Pan to be bad.
That's
like
what I was thinking too.
Like, I want him to like want people to stay here in Neverland with him forever, and then Captain Hook and the crew are those that stay behind and fight against Peter Pan. But then the way that, because you said Peter Pan has a connection to the Neverland, he spins it so that like if you're a kid and you see Captain Hook, he's like this monstrous demon thing that's like, I would never have you help me. Like, you're frightening. But he's like actively trying to help these people escape because he could never escape himself. Maybe because his thing that he never learned to do was like maybe he never grew up because he never cared about himself. Like, he was completely selfless or whatever.
Like Peter Pan did, or Captain Hook?
Captain Hook.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Captain Hook is usually portrayed as a grown-up, but who then gets stuck time-wise, like who then doesn't grow old. Maybe not grow up, but at least not grow old.
Because he reached the island when he was old.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to stick with that, then maybe he was, a grown-up that like never lost his sense of like being a kid. Like maybe he was like a toy creator or
YouTuber.
something. A YouTuber.
How
PewDiePie.
dark? I feel like that we're going a little bit darker with this one, maybe, because let's just throw something out there. What if he's someone who has grown up in many ways? Captain Hook maybe like lost his son, and because of that is trying to find his own innocence. Is trying to find a way to get out of that because he needs to grow.
I mean, we could
out of
like we can touch on Captain Hook another time.
Right.
We could just leave it right now.
That's true.
That the system that exists in Neverland is there is, you know, like the it-like entity that wants to keep people there, and then the turtle-like entity that wants to help people get out. And that's like Captain Hook versus Peter Pan.
And can somebody rephrase for me again what exactly we were saying as far as like why people, like what were people doing there, staying there for? Exactly.
They're taken there by Peter Pan to like, because they're like spoiled kids, or like kind of like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay, so
or whatever.
college freshmen, I'm tracking.
Sure. that have.
I'm kidding.
They have their thing that's keeping them from growing up, like
Okay.
not taking responsibility, or you know.
College freshmen.
Yep. Or ramen. Yeah, ramen. Or other
Mac and
things, right?
Hey.
When they get to Neverland morphs into that reality for them.
So it's whatever they would want.
Right. And you know, Peter Pan wants them there because like the island kind of like runs off of this creativity, like this like selfishness, or like this youthful energy.
It sucks
from
their
one-
essence.
And from one
Like a
perspective,
Dementor?
why wouldn't you want to engage in these things? Like they're fun and they're easier and they're
Right.
they're
Look,
good.
endless Lunchables.
I'm there.
Count me in.
Capri Suns.
So from a
Heck yes.
Gushers.
from a naive perspective, which childhood
VHS
innocence and naivety,
tapes.
they're often, the same, or at least tied together. So from that
Space
naive
Jam.
perspective, he would want people to enjoy themselves. He's trying to be a good person, when in reality, that's probably not the case. And he's just keeping people stuck.
He
so in
wants
that
to make
sense,
the
it's a
world a
prison.
better place, but by making people happy, he also makes the world a worse place. Ooh.
Right. There's a lot of ways we could go with that.
Yeah,
Let's
there's a
just
lot of ways you can
set
spin
that aside.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So in that sense, it is a prison, to answer your question.
Yeah.
I mean, of sorts.
So unless Logan has another guiding question, because it sounds like he does, how did Peter Pan get there? Is he just magically linked to the island forever? Or did he, like, was his desire something related to this? Or, I mean, you want him to be middle-aged man.
It doesn't have to be. It's just, I was trying to connect all the dots.
His midlife crisis was to create an ethereal prison that morphs based on every person who goes there.
I mean,
I was thinking, what if he's like, I mean, we want to downplay the role of Tinkerbell in this episode, but what if he is part fairy? Because, like, normally he would need Tinkerbell's help to fly, but what if he doesn't?
I mean,
What if he does have, like, some sort of magical power, and he's not actually just human stuck in
that's more
Neverland?
Peter and the Starcatchers.
Oh, is it? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a meteorite or something like that hits and yeah. It's a cool origin story.
if we're not using Tinkerbell, then we need to have Peter Pan have some form of, getting out there and interacting with these kids or whatever, and bringing them to the island.
Like, at what
He's
point
recruiting.
does he get stuck? Because that's the idea, is that he gets stuck, and that's like the source of his naivety, that's the source of his youthfulness, that's the source of his innocence, that's the source of his connection possibly with the fairy, although that's not necessarily as clear.
I
Like,
think he just chooses to stay there, right? Because, I mean, at least if we're taking Hook into canon, he, like, chose not to be there because he fell in love with Wendy's granddaughter, right? And that's
think-
why he left.
I don't remember.
Yeah. But, I mean, until that point, like, he loved it because he could fly and he could do anything he wanted to.
So in that situation, it's because he was a kid and found this place as a kid. Not that he created it, not that he was older, but that was his. But in a number of scenarios like with Peter Pan, he's often portrayed as an orphan, so he doesn't really have ties to anyone else to keep him out
Right.
of Neverland.
Right.
So that we could keep with that, or do something similar. But like the source of him being stuck, I think could shed light on what you were asking about as far as why, like where do his like abilities and things come from?
What if he's a brain in a jar? What if he's in the Matrix?
What if it's all inside of a kid's head inside of a TV show?
What if Neverland?
Do you get that
is
reference?
where-
I do.
Yeah.
Neverland is where people go when they're in comas.
How did he get there?
He died.
Or like he
Brain
like
dead?
got stuck halfway between between coma and death and just got stuck in Neverland.
Halfway between coma and death. That's interesting.
Or like he went into a coma which brought him to Neverland. And then like
They tried to bring him back. What if you die? If you die while you're in a coma, you stay in Neverland.
What if?
that would be his goal for keeping people there.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
That makes
So
sense.
we could have friends.
Well, and to protect them, sort of.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about you don't have to have necessarily a completely thought out explanation. It's kind of like Freddy Krueger, right? Like he just inhabits dreams because he's Freddy Krueger.
What he is.
You know, like he was a murderer and then he died a horrible way and now he kills people in their sleep. Like, you know, Peter Pan got stuck there in a coma and then he was the first, so the island like chose him as the like keep people here in this like dreamlike heaven place where like, you know, your desires are fulfilled and all this stuff. But really the longer you stay there, the longer you're in a coma and the more like likely you are to pass and stay in Neverland and never be able to leave.
What if Peter Pan was someone who outside of that, like the cerebral space of the inside the coma, what if he was someone who was in a coma and then was brought out, but when he was brought out something happened, and let's say he's like, maybe he is in his 40s and he's brought out and his personality like changes and he's much more in, you know, outside of that in the real world, he's more like serious and things like that, and his innocence is gone because it got stuck. What if he kind of had a split in a sense of parts of his personality?
Like it just left.
Right.
What if he is Finney at the end of a separate piece?
Oh my goodness. No one's going to get that.
Yeah.
Like maybe, if you get that, you have to contact us because...
That'd be interesting if like the reason that he's like inseparably tied to the island is because he's not a whole person.
Right.
Like,
And that's why
it's
he's
just half of an essence
exaggerated.
of a being. And then the island like keeps that essence from shattering completely.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. Be crazy if there was like, and then Captain Hook and the crew
What
maybe are like, just to not have to deal with Captain Hook very much, but are like maybe either I'm thinking manifestations of the Doctors or they're
Be interesting.
they're people that were like they're adults that were stuck in a coma.
I was thinking more like that because it's still like the place, it's the like physical place of sorts that people, their consciousnness arrives at, or a part
Captain
of
Hook
their
and the crew
consciousness goes to.
are like the elderly on life support.
Oh.
Yeah, and they're like, well, because they've lived life,
Right.
and so now they're seeing this place that's like sucking people's
Right. They're not
ability
as,
to experience
they
life.
might not be per se. They might not be as torn about it.
Right. Which is why they're not like, you know, they're not stuck in the island.
They're more self-aware of what's happening.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they kind of take on this new life in this world, helping kids try to escape.
Yeah. Try to get back.
Yeah.
Because for them, they're like, why would they go back? Not out of ignorance or naivety, but because it's a new option. Like it's actual, there's real hope, not fake hope.
Right.
For them.
Right.
So would they be
#deep.
like, why would they not like Peter Pan then? Would they be like...
Because I tracking with, I think what you were saying, I'm trying to paraphrase, is that the people that Pan is trying to keep there is everyone, which includes people who have like gone into a coma or something similar, where maybe they are kids or young adults or people who haven't lived enough.
So they want to like... So they're kind of a Hogan's Hero situation where they just want to save people.
I kind of imagine, like, you can take this however you want, but I kind of imagine Neverland as a place that's not able to be reached by those who haven't either fully experienced life or not experienced enough life.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in the middle, like, you're just in a coma. I don't know, like it just makes more sense to me that like Neverland attracts those who like don't have enough experience to say like I need to get back to the real world, or those that have, you know, like the elderly that have had the experience and like this is what this island and this entity that we've just now learned about is sapping you away from.
Maybe for the people in the middle, what they do is they go out and live in like kind of it's this, we're kind of talking about it like a pocket universe sort of thing.
I mean, the
So
people
they go
in
and
the
live
middle
out.
could be the Lost Boys that
do you
have
mean?
like
That'd be
so-
a lot of people, though.
Whoa.
We're talking a lot of people.
Right,
mean-
hear me out. The people that are more in the middle of those two extremes, what their consciousness is go and they like in a separate pocket sphere of cerebral activity or whatever, they go and they experience the plot of Treasure Planet because it's an underrated movie and everyone should watch it.
Like, okay.
Right?
It needs to happen. You need to watch it. Have you both watched it?
I love
I
it.
love Treasure
See,
Planet.
exactly.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, it's true. That would be a lot of Lost Boys, but they would kind of be like,
But would they want to regain their like childlike
I mean, they're
naivety?
it makes sense to call them the Lost or the Lost People because they have zero, like they have nothing to gain, nothing to lose.
But they would
so
want to get off, right?
Instead of keeping with what the Lost Boys have been in the past of wanting to stay innocent, they're lost in the sense that they're not trying to go either direction.
Right? They're just kind of like,
They don't know what to do. They don't really even know if they're in a coma. They don't know
yeah,
where they are.
it's kind of, and like they kind of become this like almost like wraith-like existence
Right.
in
Okay.
Neverland, kind of existing maybe as features of these kids' like needs, like their caretaker or like they are literally the lost
The
people.
animals,
I mean,
The mermaids.
the mermaids.
yeah, like the inhabitants of Neverland that are not Peter Pan and Captain Hook and his
Right.
crew, and aren't the kids that are
The
actively
rest
being,
of the
like,
inhabitants,
caught.
which we know that
It's
there
the
are.
lost
There's,
people.
there's mermaids. There's the animals, which I mean aren't people,
Right.
but there's those. There's the I still don't really get the whole Native American tribe deal.
Yeah.
But like we know that there are other people.
Right, and I mean, it would explain, like, you know, because I mean, what happens when you go in a coma? Like, it's just kind of like this nothingness, but there's something there too. Like, what is it? And it's just existing
The
as this
constant.
like
Yeah,
thing.
it's that constantness that you were talking about,
Mm-hmm.
that we were talking about. Yeah, I think it's a little bit dark. Actually, it's
We've done
definitely
a couple of dark episodes.
it's
Wait.
definitely deep.
Can I go like into possibly a funny thing?
Yeah.
Also,
Which
we
it
still
is-
talked about abilities of Pan.
I was thinking outfit.
Oh,
First of all,
yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't like the green tights.
No.
I don't like the
I think
hat.
they should be chubbies.
I think he should wear a cape. Like a feathered cape.
A feathered cape.
Feathered
Yeah.
cape.
So
Like
that
robin feathers? Like a robin's hood?
Oh my goodness.
yes. So that he kind of looks like a bird. That's why he can fly. No. I want him to be a superhero. With the mask.
With the top hat.
Yes. There you go. Be like a circus ringleader.
No capes.
No capes.
I'd be fine with capes. It was just for the reference, Logan. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
It's a practical cape.
Robin Hood, or not Robin Hood. Wow, brain fart.
Peter.
Peter Pan. Peter.
Beta.
Could appear to the kids one way,
Ooh.
to the pirates is another.
I like it.
So this is it meets Robin Hood meets
Not really Robin
Davy
Hood.
Jones. I don't know.
It's only Robin Hood in the sense that there's the green tights and the feathered cap.
Yep.
Again.
Right.
But we don't have that anymore.
Maybe to the kids, he's got like
Superman.
he's got a bath towel that's tied up in a cape, and like wearing
Oh.
footy pajamas.
Wearing like cardboard goggles.
Yeah. And he like flies around in a cardboard like rocket or whatever.
Okay.
It's like
I
super
kinda like that.
whimsical. And then like
But to the crew of Captain Hook, the adults, he looks like what? The Babadook?
I kind of want him to look like
Just a shadow creature.
kind of I want him like to Captain Hook's crew to have him like be kind of this like shadowy essence that does the really creepy horror movie like jittery thing where he kind of jitters in and out, because he's like, and then maybe like, you know, so if the kids are getting close to where they're like seeing the reality of the situation, they see him kind of jitter a little bit more, and like he kind of appears a little different. And then the Captain Hook, they fully all the time see him as like this jittery shadow being with like looks like a man but has like no mouth or anything, like just talks telepathically and stuff, you know, because he's just an essence.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. but he's like a corrupted essence, because if you don't have your maturity and your childhood, then it's just like there's no balance. And so it's just raw
Childhood.
chaos.
Raw
And they call him the crocodile.
Ooh, maybe like he's got like this really crooked like smile,
Yeah.
like all the way up the sides of his like face. Yeah.
And he makes like ticking sounds.
Oh, because time.
Yeah.
Because he's like,
Well, and also with the clock, the alarm clock.
dude, the alarm clock is how long Captain Hook has left before his life support runs out. Ooh. Or it's like the sound of his heart monitor.
Okay.
I don't know. I think we should still kind of leave off of Captain Hook.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think that Peter Pan, as in that the sketchy,
Yeah.
should make like ticking sounds,
Right.
Because that goes with the time thing as a theme, and
Right.
it also goes
Like how
with the
there's-
alarm clock with the crocodile and how those two are connected in the original story, the original Disney movie. So
Like there's things to be lost for waiting here too long.
So, how do you think Peter Pan would react in one of our improv scenarios?
To what?
I don't know.
depends on what character he's talking to, probably.
Yeah.
Because if it's a more naive, innocent character, then more youthful, like, hey, let's go play. But then to someone more mature and to Romeo and Juliet, for example.
Like actively trying to kill them.
But
Yeah.
So why would he try to kill like older people then?
I don't think that
I don't
he would
really
try to
understand
kill
that.
them. I think that he would just try to make them go away
Oh, okay, kind of scare them off.
through whatever means possible.
I mean, like
Any means. And I mean any means.
there is no death in Neverland.
Right. But there's fear.
But there's fear, and like there is leaving and entering Neverland.
Yeah.
Which is like, if he's able to like make you, however he does it, if he's able to make you leave Neverland, if you're a kid, that means like, okay, I can live life again. And if you're an elderly person, it's like probably death.
Or at least back toward that same path
Right,
that you were on.
Right.
So we have Peter Pan trying to do two things, right? We have him trying to like attract kids to stay there and kind of add to his innocence energy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he's also trying to keep the older people out or to scare them off, but they recognize that he's a bad guy and want to kind of destroy Neverland, basically.
But Peter Pan, he thinks his intentions are good.
Oh yeah,
And he probably doesn't realize that he looks like this crazy...
he wants people to have a good time.
Right. He just wants people to be happy.
Right.
And
With him
if
and
the
together.
story is told from the perspective of the kids, we would probably get something like Peter Pan.
Exactly.
We might not necessarily figure out that Peter Pan is
The hidden canon.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't, to answer what you were saying, I didn't picture it as like him trying to he acts as like I almost want it to be, it's not necessarily anything he's trying to do, because he's in essence, he just acts as like a magnet, right? Because he's
In both ways.
Right, because he attracts youthful innocence, and he repels like experience and maturity and that stuff, right? And so he's because he's just a raw, unadulterated, chaotic essence, he's just doing what he is, right? Because normally in whoever Peter Pan was in the real world, right, he would exist in conjunction with and in repelling against the mature side of yourself.
Okay.
Right? So now he's just acting with no bouncing force within Neverland.
What would Wendy be to Peter?
Another kid to add to it.
So Wendy would be, and the Darlings, maybe they were in a car accident or something.
Oh, I see.
Wendy's unique in that when she's in the movie, right, she's like seen as the mom to the Lost Boys.
Which Peter doesn't really like.
Right. So she's kind of this like odd man out already, because like she's a kid, like woohoo, like I want to be a mom, and then at that, this essence is like doesn't know how to react.
Right.
Because it's like, well, you're kind of like, you're playing mom, but that means you want to be older, but that means, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it doesn't know how to react to this.
But it's, Peter Pan is, in the Disney movie, was still, like, attracted to Wendy because of that.
Right.
He was very conflicted in that.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be, Peter this essence. I'm just gonna call it Pan. I think that's it. Like Pan is attracted to Wendy because she's youthful but also mature. So she
Or becoming mature. At least.
mature,
Yeah.
right? And so she's acting as this magnetizing force that it hasn't had. You know what I mean?
So Peter Pan has mostly had just interactions
raw.
with people, with really young kids or like
Right.
really older people.
Right.
But
And not
something in
with
combination.
people direct, like right in the middle either, because then those are like the other people on the island.
They're just lost
They're just-
people.
Yeah. But then someone who is truly youthful and has that innocence and naivety, and yet through that is mature.
Right.
And it's a paradox to him.
She is what he needs for himself, like a balancing force,
Right.
but that he can never have again.
Because of
He's literally been cut.
he's literally cut. Like
Yeah.
he can never return anywhere, but
Right.
she can. And that's why she leaves eventually.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah.
Hashtag deep, dude.
That's why she wakes up.
Yep.
Yeah. Stay woke.
Stay woke. So, any other abilities of Pan? Like
He
can
should be able
fly,
to fly.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Appear as whatever. To
Right.
whomever. I would say he's like super confident still, naive.
Yeah.
Proud,
I mean, he
boastful.
doesn't need anything else,
Right.
especially given how we've described him.
Let's see. I said, didn't I say? Yeah, that he was viewed as being able to do pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Like anything that kids would want to be able to do.
He can
Right.
stand on top
Swordplay.
of clouds.
I mean,
Mimicry,
he's
flying.
fueled by this childhood desire,
Yeah.
like creativity, right?
and I mean, this doesn't take place like in our dimension, I guess.
Right.
So,
Right. I don't think he should be omnipresent. Like he shouldn't have.
No.
have control of the dimension.
Right.
But
Right.
he should have a lot of abilities, though.
in the sense that in the sense that Neverland is a physical type location, even though like it's not, because it's like this coma place, which is a weird thing to say. He is still confined as if he is a physical thing. He's not just diffuse throughout everywhere.
Right. He's an extension of the island that exists in this
Right.
universe.
Right.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
I imagine him as just one big "that's what she said" joke. Huh? Because if he's being like the immaturity,
Oh my
he's just one
god.
big "that's what she said" joke.
I mean, is he a middle schooler? I don't know.
Now I'm imagining like the main characters being middle schoolers, and just "that's what she said" like 40, 50 times throughout the movie.
Just constant.
Yeah, that's
And
what
then
she said.
That's also Pan doesn't know how to react to it because it's immature, but it's also talking about sex, which is an immature thing, and he's like,
Or maybe like that became a joke before or after he was in the world, so he doesn't like know the
he doesn't get
reference.
it. He's like, I don't understand that. What else are you thinking, Logan? Like,
I don't know. We pretty much covered things.
Yeah, you've done good work.
Yeah. I don't know. I was still asking, like, so, like, depending on the character he would interact with, then.
Right.
It depends on how he would. But his main goals are to get kids to come over and get the old people to scare them away.
Yep, get him out of there because they're interfering with the way it needs to be.
So, any other, like, aesthetic things?
of him?
Yeah. Should he have, like, any sort of weird personality traits? Like, I don't know.
He can only speak in limericks.
I mean, that's not bad. I don't hate
Only
that
walk
idea.
in dances.
In Fortnite emotes.
Oh my goodness. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
I think I kind of want him to have this weird, like, picking at himself.
Like, he hates
Like a
himself.
tick?
No, yeah, kind of like when he's, like, with the kids, like, he kind of picks his nose a lot. But when he's, like, when the adults see him, he, like, picks at his teeth or, like, at his, like, he pulls at his, like, essence a little
okay.
bit. Like, he's kind of uncomfortable in the form
like
that
that.
he's in.
Yeah.
Just to make it a little bit more distressing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to end it off on a happy note, but you know.
Sorry.
Wait, where's Scurvy Beard in all this? I feel like, you know, we have Captain Hook, which is a pirate.
Scurvy Beard's safe from scurvy, but he's not safe from a coma.
I mean,
So something could happen. He could go into a coma, go in there, and just wreck. That's the only way that Peter Pan can be stopped, is Scurvy Beard goes into a coma.
I feel like Scurvy Beard as a pirate would also be confusing because, like, I imagine him middle-aged, right? But he goes in being I feel like he's not evenly balanced between being childish and like mature, and so he's like a middle-aged person but really childish, and he also like Pan doesn't know. He's like, what?
Just takes an orange
Eat
from
citrus.
it. Like, okay.
Just sticks it back in his beard. Yeah. And then like the older people, Captain Hook, try to recruit him. And he's like, why would I want to do that? I've got unlimited citrus out here. You don't understand. This is heaven. Can you know how much scurvy we can prevent?
Yeah, so he would want to take all the citrus out of Neverland.
He just wanted to steal citrus.
Which is also a
And it
paradox.
just
trying to
becomes
do
a
that.
heist film. Trying to steal citrus
From Neverland.
Peter Pan.
Yep. Yes, please.
Wow, okay.
Okay, well, you've come up with a new Peter Pan that could possibly fit in with the old canon.
Yeah.
If you look too deep.
Yeah, if you read between the lines, hashtag stay woke.
Yep.
Hashtag stay woke.
Kind of just want to call the essence like Pan.
Peter Pan.
Like not really have like Peter Pan was the person that got caught,
Right.
but Pan kind of alludes to Pandora's box and like
Right.
Pan the
god.
the god, and
Or
like
whatever.
creature. Yeah. It kind of alludes to like something more powerful, but yeah.
Nobody quite knows what he is.
Pan. Pain.
Pan. Bread.
Panera.
Soup.
It'd be funny if I just titled this episode Bread. Just that one word.
Peter Bread.
Peter Bread.
We put it through the translator. It's now Peter Bread.
Cool.
Peter Bread.
Okay, well, yep, there we go. There's another dark episode for you.
Just
Wait.
rack them up.
PETA from Hunger Games?
Peter Bread.
PETA Pan.
Peter Pan.
PETA Bread. Pan. Peter Pan is PETA from the Hunger Games.
I'm just gonna call him Pan.
Illuminati
Hashtag
confirmed.
stay woke.
Oh, I didn't say Illuminati confirmed as you.
Oh. I don't say it as much as I used to. I used to say that all the time.
You also didn't make super sexual references.
Well,
true.
that would have been as you, though.
So what I-
that's
I
true.
mean
You would
jaded
too.
sexual references.
Accurate.
Yeah.
I also say things like accurate and basically
Yeah.
all the time. Yeah. So you missed out on a lot of things, but you got, I mean, what I'm really picking up on is that I have a lot of characteristics that can be really exaggerated and are really annoying. So that's cool.
You talk in long sentences. Let's say that.
That's also
But
true.
That's what I wanted to, harp on. But, what?
Nothing.
What?
No.
It's true. I do talk in long sentences.
Apparently I just
Anyway.
have tattoos and
This is all
Really
my
care about
personality trait.
affirmation.
what?
I really care about our affirmation.
I do. Yeah.
See?
Okay.
Are we okay, Todd?
Riley.
So that's been Peter Pan, and you, the awesome listeners of the popular Apocrypha podcast, can get a free audiobook and 30-day free trial from our friends at Audible. I would personally recommend, we talked about it a couple times, Peter and the Starcatchers by Dave Barry and Ridley Pearson, narrated by Jim Dale. It explores what happened to Peter, Captain Hook, and the Lost Boys before the Darlings ran across them and getting into more of their storylines. You can get a free audiobook and 30-day free trial by going to audibletrial.com/poppypock. Again, that's audibletrial.com/POPAPOC.
That spells Papa Pop.
I mean, if you
does.
want to support the podcast, that's how you do it.
Yep.
That or leave us a review on wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah.
That's how that's how you support us.
That will help us a lot. And you can follow us on social media at Papa Pock Podcast. That will help us a lot too.
You know, that just reminded me.
Uh-oh.
Give me a second.
Ruh-roh.
While you're doing that, give me just a second.
I did the roll. I did the pit
Yeah,
of the
so
roll.
you go ahead and do that, and I
Okay.
will bring up what I'm trying to bring up.
Okay. Next one's going to be a fun one. Okay.
I don't
you
know
guys
about
ready?
Yep.
Well.
Next one is the Kool-Aid Man.
Yes. I've been waiting.
You know, it's getting into summer. You might
Yeah.
be making
Yeah.
some Kool-Aid for yourself.
Kool-Aid, some frozen Kool-Aid, some deep fried Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah, that is a thing. Isn't
Yeah, it's a thing that exists, and I don't know how it does, but it does.
it? Yep. People are inventive at fairs.
Humans.
What I was bringing up was I noticed that we got another review on iTunes. So they say, I really like the Lara Croft episode, the idea of her having different abilities like the grappling hook and flipping haunted houses, as in to sell them, not literally physically flipping them.
I think
It's great. I actually was thinking about this episode while playing the most recent game. So that was Good Podcast is Good. Said that. So thank you. And it means like so much when we
Literally
get a
so
review.
much.
Breaks my heart and puts back together again. That's how much.
It doesn't break my heart. It makes me happy.
No, because it's like makes me have tears, and then
You can have happy tears without breaking your heart.
Exactly. No, I can only cry when I break my heart.
Okay.
Not when I'm sad.
Good to know.
It breaks my heart.
Good to know when I need to be you in the
Yep.
next improv exercise.
Yep. So yeah, thanks for leaving that review. Good Podcast is good,
Yeah.
and it would mean a lot if you there listening to us right now,
Yeah, you, Stacy, right there in front of
Jeremy.
your computer.
Matthew,
Reginald.
Terrence,
Scurvy Beard,
Scurvy Beard, Allison. I'm just saying names. Please make me stop.
Ethel.
Ooh.
Bartholomew.
Okay, we're done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, leave us a review, and we will see you next time for the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What if this rocket is fueled by broccoli? Maybe that's the problem.